Alright, hey guys, what's going on? This is Christopher here, of course, and Mikey All-Star here in a pirate outfit. Oh yeah! And today I'd like to talk about the time travel series that I announced yesterday. So for those of you who don't know, in my recent update I announced that I would be making a new series about time traveling, and here we go. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I have planned so far, which are the time periods that I have planned for the first season, as well as the characters that I've made so far. So here we go. Alright, so here we go. So first off, I'd like to talk about the characters that I have so far. Now, there are only 4 characters in the series right now, but there will definitely be more to come. Some more original characters, as well as some historic characters, which we'll talk about in a second. So first off, of course, Mikey All-Star will be in it, because Mikey is in everything, and he's awesome. Oh, yeah! So here we go. So here are the 2 main characters. We've got Harvey Wells and Garrett Wells. Harvey Wells is older. They are both brothers, and their father is the creator of a time machine, which is what they use to travel back in time. Now you're probably wondering, hey, why do they travel back in time? Well, that's because they're trying to stop the villain, which is this guy, which is Baron Schlecht. And he wants to destroy history as we know it, to change the modern day, and for the worst mostly. So it's up to these 2 to stop him before there's too much damage to the modern day that it will affect them, and yeah. So okay, so of course besides these characters you also see some historic characters such as George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Napoleon, Richard the Lionheart, and some other characters as well. So yeah, so now I want to talk about the time periods that I've chosen for the first season. Now I might make another season as well, it depends on how much I like making this series and how well it does, and if I think it is decent enough that I can make another season out of it. So okay, so there are 14 episodes planned in the first season. I don't really have them in specific orders yet. I just have the time periods written down, as well as some ideas for a second season, so I'll talk about that later too, even though it might not happen, although it probably will, knowing me. So okay, so here are the time periods that I've chosen. Now there's one that I'm going to leave out because it will be for the season finale, and I want that to be a surprise, but the rest of them I will talk about. So here we go, in no specific order whatsoever, we've got the Revolutionary War, World War II, the Burr and Hamilton duel, Ancient Rome, Feudal Japan, Vikings, the Titanic, the Wild West, the French Revolution, pirates, of course, you know me, always gotta throw in pirates, Medieval England, Australia, and the Spanish Inquisition. Now for Australia, you're probably wondering, that's a continent, not a time period. Well, I'm talking about when Australia used to be a place where they put a bunch of prisoners and stuff, so yeah. So that's all I have so far, is the 2 main characters and the villain, and of course Mikey. And of course the time periods. So, like I said before, there'll be 14 episodes. I don't have them all planned out yet. I've got one planned so far, which will probably end up being the first episode, and that one will take place during the Revolutionary War. And in history, Thomas Hickey was convicted of counterfeiting as well as treason for being a part of the plot to assassinate Washington, and he was hung. But in this episode, he succeeds. Thomas Hickey succeeds with the help of Baron Schlecht, and of course the 2 brothers will have to go fix that. So yeah, that's the only episode that I have planned out so far. The rest of them I'll have to think about, which will take a little bit. And once I have that figured out though, I will make another video talking about the episodes, and I'll also be making summaries, which will help me out in the long run, because usually everything that I make is unscripted, everything is improvised, except for, of course, the stop motions. Of course I have to write a script for that, but everything else that I make is unscripted. That's why it's a little unrefined at times, but there you go. And I'll do research as much as I feel is necessary. Now this will be still historic fiction, obviously, because none of this stuff actually happened. But of course it will be based on true events, more or less. And yeah. And okay, so other stuff I wanted to talk about is if I do a season 2, I've got a couple of ideas. And one of them is to do the Korean War. Another one would be to go back to the Elizabethan period with Shakespeare. And that's about all that I've got so far, but there is a good chance that I'll make a season 2. So anyways guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you guys are excited for this series. Hopefully I'll start it in maybe September. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see if I have enough episodes planned, because I want to try to get these out as fast as I can. And yeah, and hopefully this won't interfere with Pirates of the Shipwreck and me being able to produce those. So yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.